Yo, so we got another video. This is Diddy Combs' son. I think his name King Combs, whatever. Yeah, so we're gonna go into this.
The defense, meanwhile, argued the women were willing participants in fulfilling Combs' sexual desires and that all the encounters we heard about in this trial were consensual. And there you see, after the verdict, Diddy's family celebrating on the streets in New York City, doing push-ups on the sidewalk while others danced. They said a few words exclusively to ABC News, and the attorney for Cassie Ventura also spoke out about this verdict.
Love everybody watching. So happy. Pop's coming home. God bless. God bless the whole world.
The defense, meanwhile, argued that.
Okay, so what do I think about this? I think this guy's an idiot. You know, he's out there making a mockery of everything, but then again, what can they do? He's beat the worst charges he's beaten. So there's nothing more they can do to Diddy. I mean, he's the first time. What? This is his first time offending. So they're not gonna like throw the book at him. So from what I've been listening to, I've been on YouTube watching a lot of videos, and they're saying they can't give him the maximum sentence. So they ain't gonna give him 10 years. People saying they're gonna give him like some time served or a year in prison. And I think to hit home for reality, someone like Diddy who's been getting away with so much, he needs at least a year, a year or more. So everybody who he's done wrong to can feel like, no matter how much money you have, no matter how many lawyers you have, you cannot get away with everything you want to get away with. And that's what's been happening with Diddy. Whenever he's in trouble, he finds some way to snake his way out of it. Whether it be the nightclub shooting where he blamed everything on Shine, he took the gun to the bodyguard or something like that. I don't know what was going on. He shot the woman in the face. Apparently, the woman said that Diddy shot her in the face, blamed on Shine. All those kids being trampled. So much has been done. Even with Cassie, I mean, Cassie is one of those people where you think to yourself like she was along for the ride until she realized she wasn't getting anything at the end of the rainbow. That's what happened with Cassie. When she started to realize, oh wait, I'm just on for a ride. She's like, I'm out of here. But what happened now is that she saw other people, other women, getting a little bit more than what she was getting. And she's like, yo, I need my come up. I need some money. And they hustled him out of money. But the thing about being hustled out of money, you can be hustled out of money, but his whole reputation was taken down with it. I'm not on Diddy's side. I think he's an asshole. You know, he just goes around beating women, ripping off people's songs, doing what he does to his artists as well. It's like, man, his whole fortune is being built of other people's work. And if the prosecution wasn't so humdrum and trying to take his money away from him, take everything away from him, they could have got him bang to rights. But they wanted to leave him with nothing and then throw him in prison. And truth be told, as much as this guy isn't really a good dancer, isn't a good rapper, it is mostly not. He got his money not through prostitution at all. His money's through liquor, records, you know. So you can't really try and prove something that isn't really there. He doesn't. He isn't a pimp. Well, he was trying to be Pimp Daddy, but he isn't like selling women and all sorts. And they had to prove without a reasonable doubt that this stuff was going on. And there was always some doubt behind it. It wasn't like, oh yes, he was 110% doing it. There was always some doubt. Even when I looked at some of the stuff that Cassie was writing, Daphne Joy, and these women, they were down for the free cuffs. But when there were too many free cuffs, that's when they started being like, yeah, I was down for the free cuffs to live the lifestyle, but now it's too many. And that's what happened, you know. But it's a shame. A lot of people wanted him to go down for like what, 30 years. I watched an interview with Little Rod and Academics. Little Rod, that guy is not quite right in the head. Cause a lot of what he had in the lawsuits was taken out. It's taken out because some of it was exaggerated. I'm not saying he's lying, but it was exaggerated. And I think Tyrone Blackburn, he's a bit of a shakedown ambulance chaser type lawyer. So you can take it. He's new. He's new to the game. So he's taking on these big cases, and he doesn't quite know exactly 100% what he's doing. He's trying to go after big names like Universal, people like that, and it's those people will spank you on the ass and tell you to go home. You can't take those people on. You take Diddy on, not them. And he was trying to bring them into the fold, and this isn't gonna work. I understand what they're trying to do, but this wasn't gonna work that way. And as for Little Rod, man, it's like he started talking about like, oh, which one is that? This is weird. He done all this over like maybe 40,000. He said he was owed by Diddy, not millions, like 60 or something like that, thousands. Like, I mean, it's weird that Diddy hadn't paid him or anything like that, because this guy's near enough a billionaire, right? So how cheap can you get? And that's the problem with someone like that. You think to yourself, like, there was one point where he was trying to get or not pay for the male escorts that weren't performing up to standard. And I'm thinking, like, just pay the guy. Just pay them, man. You're a billionaire, right? What's a couple thousand to you? But Diddy was trying to not pay. I'm like, wow. Even billionaires could be cheap asses. But yeah, Lil he just seems a bit like the lawsuit. I feel like once all this is over, that lawsuit's gonna be thrown out. There's not enough concrete evidence. There's truths into what he's saying, but not enough to take Diddy down. It's like kind of like hearsay. I mean, there's not too. As I said before, he seemed like he was enjoying himself until he realized he wasn't getting paid. Then he starts back moonwalking, like, oh yeah, I was getting paid from this and going from one place to another. It's like, you said that you weren't getting paid at all, and he ripped you off. I'm like, what is it? And then he said, oh, I don't want him to go in prison forever. Just maybe a little spanking, a little. I'm like, make up your mind. What is this all about? He's like, I didn't want him to get taken away from his kids. I have kids as well. I was like, what? What was this about, Little Rod? Come on, man. Like, seriously. Anyway, I'm out, man. It just seems odd. Some people look like they're scared now that Diddy might be coming out, and they're seeing that might get repercussions. I mean, what can he do? He can't kill. He's gonna be under scrutiny now. Like, he can't go around and blackball people and stuff like that from behind the scenes. His reputation's in garbage right now, so not much he can do. But people still scared of Diddy. That's how powerful he is, man. He's like Omar, the gay gangster. Remember the wife, Omar? Yeah, man. That's what Diddy remind me of. He remind me of Omar. People scared of him. And they think they say he's dangerous. Like, he's 55 years old, man. I mean, I'm not saying he can't do anything to people. He can whoop ass, but not with everyone watching him now. He doesn't want to go back in prison, so I don't think he's gonna do anything stupid. But we see what Job Submarine does when it comes to the sentencing. We all know he can't really give him anything too hefty for his first time, so we'll see. Before that, he didn't really snake out. He had good lawyers, and they were just trying too hard to take everything away from him and give him the maximum. And that's what messed him up. They could have got him in other charges, but that's life, man. Diddy snakes away again. Doing his Diddy pop. I'm out.